so he's gonna have the entirety of the first half.
Okay.
Oh shit! Speaking of Craig audio, there you go.
All right. Well,
Craig has the audio for anybody that wants it.
I'm popping out the Twitch stream, and I will do a library sequence. I'm sort of tired as nuts from.
I'm sweaty.
Well,
I'm gonna skedaddle.
Okay, see you
Have
later,
a good
Laura.
night.
Nice.
Yoga Monyo. Yes, thank you for that. That was a fucking blasty. We need to do another one of that.
Yeah, maybe you can make like just like a board of just random cacophony of ideas or something.
Yeah.
And we go fucking wild.
See you later.
Later.
Bye.
You egging?
What was that?
I am not egging. I'm going to do Shadow the Hedgehog library sequences. I spent the past couple days streaming a version of World of Warcraft that I don't have to use the Battle.net launcher for, and is a private server.
Bless you. None of your back. Bless you. Because I'm gonna get some more water.
Yeah. I might need to
Fire
get
55 loads. Alright, I'll be back in a
I
moment.
might need to get some water too. I've been streaming a lot these past couple days. I have at least 10 hours for the past couple days clocked. And I did another 5-hour long Ascension stream. Ascension being the version of World of Warcraft I decided to play, which doesn't use classes.
Hello, Dessert.
Ooh, it's Adam.
Hello, Dessert. Did everybody just leave?
No, just Wally.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
And I know Yoga went to get some water, so I'm just double checking.
Oh, the hacks. Damn it.
What hacks? Are
In my game.
Oh, okay. I'm just getting a library sequence done of Shadow the Hedgehog, because I heard Yoga say egg, so now that's my impromptu stream choice for... I do eventually plan to beat Wally's 1:15 time in Spyro 3 100 egg, I just don't feel like it right now.
I'm back.
Hi, Yogurt.
Egg?
No, I'm not egging.
Sex?
What?
Why is there blood on the ground? Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. What game are you playing?
Oh, that's a Pokeball. Never mind. I didn't see the full thing. I was looking at G4's stream and I didn't see the entire like painted Pokeball. I just saw the red part like on the ground. So I thought it was just like a lot of blood or something. Does this take place in a post-apocalyptic world technically? Because it seems like it does. It's like Mad Max. Why aren't you using your shiny, by the way?
Because I don't want to use a Slugma on my actual team.
Are you gonna import it to your Emerald?
Yeah, once I beat the game, I'll do that, and I'll save it. I'll probably end up transferring it to like Sword and Shield.
Ooh.
Which is like a fucking long-ass trail of transfers.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you even do that since you're technically running from like a literal older game?
Alright, I'm resetting.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm getting my ass kicked in that battle.
What did I just say? I literally just forgot what I just said.
So the way you got to do it is by beating this game and then trading to Emerald, I guess, probably be easiest.
Okay.
And then importing into either Pearl, Diamond, Platinum, or Heart, Gold, Soul, Silver.
Okay.
And then I think there's some kind of like import trade type of option to get it to Black and White.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you trade it? Why wouldn't you trade it straight from Heart, Gold, Soul, Silver to XY? Is that not allowed?
I'm not sure if that's possible.
I'm gonna Google really quick.
Yeah, because that'd be pretty nice.
How to transfer Pokemon from Generation 3 to Generation... You said Sword and Shield, so that'd be 8, right?
8, yeah.
I thought they made it impossible.
Okay, this is good. How to transfer from 3rd Gen to 6th Gen. Because that's all you need. You just need to get to X and Y, because that's when you have the bank, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Like, you just need to get it to X and Y minimum.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Pokemon from Generation 3 games can be transferred to Generation 4 games if you have a DS with both DS and GBA slots, have both games in their proper slots, and use the PAL Park in Generation 4 games to transfer over Pokemon over. Only 6 Pokemon can be transferred in a 24-hour period, blah, blah, yeah. Once Pokemon is sent, you must find them in a Safari Zone type area, and then capture them using a Pokeball with a 100% capture rate. So I guess that's how they made it so you can just transfer. I guess that makes sense. Then 4 to 5 is Pokemon from Generations 4 can be transferred if you have 2 DS, 2 3DS, or a DS and a 3DS. Let's see.
Wait, why would you need a 3DS for Gen 5?
It could just because it plays DS games. It could just be used. It's just an option. Either 2 DSs, 2 3DSs, or a DS and 1 3DS.
Okay, that makes sense.
Start up the system with the Generation 5 game and start the game up. Travel to the Pokemon Transfer Lab in Generation 5 games and speak with the scientist in the back of the room. The scientist will walk you through the steps and you need to connect the 2 systems. And there's no limit to Pokemon. Once Pokemon are sent over, you must capture them using a bow that fires Pokeballs. What the fuck?
Oh,
Pokemon will jump from bush to bush in a 2D minigame that cannot be captured when hiding in a bush. Transferring from Gen 5 to 6. From the Generation 5 game... hold on. Pokemon from Generation 5 games can be transferred to Generation 6 using the Transporter and Pokemon Bank 3DS apps. Oh, I guess you could... Oh, I guess that actually makes sense, because didn't Black and White 2, weren't those 3DS games?
No. It was all DS.
I thought Black and White 2 were both, they had a normal DS launch and 3DS launch.
No.
Really not?
No.
What am I thinking of then? It's weird. I swear it is. Fucking crazy. Well, apparently it says that you can use a Poke Transporter and the Pokemon Bank 3DS apps, which I assume you have. Because it's only $5 a year or whatever, right? Like $10 maybe.
I don't currently have it, but yeah, I could get the subscription pretty easily.
Yeah, it's cheap as shit, so yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's for a year too, so you could just buy it for a year essentially.
Meh.
You can select one Pokemon at a time. In your copy of Black 2 or White 2, move your Pokemon to the first PC box and save the game. Open up the Pokemon Transporter app and transfer all the Pokemon from the first box over to the Pokebank's transfer box. I guess the real question is, though, will that still work on the normal or on the DS games? Because the Wi-Fi service is technically down.
There's local communication.
Okay. All right, that's good. I don't know why I didn't even think about that. I'm just gonna look at a random guide on how to get like a Pokemon from like the very first generation to Gen to Gen 6. Like I want to see the annoying task of getting like your first ever Charizard, you know, brought into like, Gen 8.
So it depends on what you mean by that. Like, do you mean the virtual console release of like Yellow, for example?
No, because that one you can actually just do the what's it called? That one you just put it in the Pokebank, right?
You can, yeah, you can, yeah, for that. But if you're talking about like the Game Boy Color, then you can't do that. You can't go from
2 to 3.
Yeah, you can't go from Gen 2 to 3.
Damn. Yeah, I'm looking at this now. That's what everyone's saying is you either get the virtual console version or you get Fire Red Leaf Green and do it from that. That sucks. I wonder why they didn't think about doing that. Like, by making it so you can transfer from Gen 2 to 3. I feel like I would understand it a little more if they wanted you to, like, beat the game first or something, but... Like if they had like Gen 3 exclusive Pokemon or something, but that's not how Gen 3 works, so...
Gen 3's weird.
Oh nice, Al is back to see me get my ass kicked.
Yes, I am.
Welcome back.
Steelix
Nice crit.
keeps getting crits. Yeah.
Goddamn Steelix. Also, I like the music to this because I'm watching the AEW wrestling, and it's the music is playing in the background of the match, and it actually kind of is really apropos. So,
Oh nice.
yeah, it mixes well somehow. Yeah.
It is very like
unrealistic.
dramatic there.
Yes.
This is a very unrealistic game. Steelix is much bigger than that. Steelix is fucking massive.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. Love Steelix.
I like Mega Steelix a lot too.
Oh.
Has like clouds and shit around it, I think, or like crystals, not clouds.
Ooh, yeah, the crystal like effect. It's really awesome.
Steelix was probably one of my like favorite original Steel types to come out.
Nice.
There were a lot of really good like original Steel types that came out. But I don't think there were very many. Was the like unfortunate part. It was weird. It's like they introduced the type but didn't really think about it. Like to its full potential, so there's only like 5 in Gen 2 or something, if even.
Yeah.
There's like what? So there's Steelix, there's Skarmory. Is there anything else?
Magnemite, Magneton.
Oh, Magnemite, Magneton. Yeah, okay, so that's 4. Fortress. So 5. Skizzer. 6. That might be it. There might only be 6 in Gen 2. I'm gonna Google it. It's an easy way to get it.
For a minute, you sounded like Toto Zigam.
Ooh. That's a compliment. He's good at games and I'm not. It makes sense that Jasmine only has like 2 steel type Pokemon now when you realize how little there are in the actual Gen 2. What was her team? It was Steelix. She didn't even have a Skarmory, right? Like Steelix was like the only steel type she had, I think.
Magnemite.
Did she have Magnemite?
Yes, she had. She had 3. She had either 2 or 3 Magnemites and then Steelix.
What an underdeveloped team. She should have had a Skarmory.
I agree.
That'd be really awesome, like, gym leader too, because you would have like a Magnemite, which is electric steel, so like very super effective to ground, and then you would have Steelix, who is half effective to ground, or not half effective, but like, you know, just normal super effective.
Yeah.
Instead of ×4, and then you'd have something that is completely immune to it, so you'd have to figure out how to deal with it if you didn't have anything to deal with it, like at the time, like if you had no fire types or something.
Yeah, I have a faint idea.
That'd be awesome. Why didn't they do that? They could have given her a fortress too. Like they had options.
I don't think Gen 2 was made without it being a blatant time crunch. Because
Gen 2 is definitely not a time crunch. There's no way they could have fit 2 regions in.
Okay.
And add 2 new types while completely rebalancing the special defense and special attack stat. There's no way it could have been rushed for how polished it is.
Very well.
While also fixing the broken mechanics of the first game. Or first gen, I should say. Though I think Pokemon Yellow fixed a lot of things, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Pokemon Yellow was already a band-aid.
I think it, like, fixed speed being tied to crit, I want to say. I could be wrong there. Which was, like, a very weird thing. There's a lot of weird things in Gen 1. Gen 1 is fucking weird. Ooh, you're stealing this Suicune. So do they have a higher draw or catch rate in this battle by chance?
Nope.
Aw, that's fucking kind of bullshit. Because you have to like battle a whole bunch of other Pokemon.
Makes it all the more rewarding, I guess.
In a way, because the final boss of the second game has the 3 legendary birds all on the same team, and you can catch them.
Ooh.
You mean Snag, right?
Yeah.
Catch them. Just say Steel, it's more correct.
Yep.
Well, the rival team isn't called Team Steel'em, it's called Snag'em.
Well,
This is true.
They're still stealing, though.
Yes.
It could be worse, though. They could be, Team Rocket, who, like, literally, like, put Pokemon into slave labor and then kill them. Fucking Team Rocket was brutal. And then they never made anybody as brutal. Also, wow, you're getting, like, plus G4. Not even two rolls. All just one.
Yeah,
It's a shame that in Gen 2, Team Rocket were just a bunch of losers pining for Giovanni. That's pretty much the entire story arc. Is that a bunch of...
It's true, that's a really good way of summing it up, yeah.
Yeah,
Losers
but I thought
fighting
it
for
was...
Giovanni, yes.
I thought it was really funny, because Giovanni clearly doesn't want... He probably thought about it and was probably like, damn, a kid beat the Mafia. You know what? This is not fucking worth it. So, like, I like to imagine that's how it goes.
Well, there is a time, there is a parallel universe where Giovanni does get back into crime, but he runs into the same problems.
I think that parallel universe is a kid doesn't fuck over their plans. If you're talking about the
Rainbow Rocket, yeah, I'm talking about that. But I'm also talking about the Heart Gold Soul Silver event, which then precedes it.
Isn't that just kind of like a callback? I can't remember.
No,
I haven't played Heart Gold Soul Silver in so long.
Basically, there's an event where you can actually confront Giovanni at the time of Tojo Falls. He hears the distress signal, and then he decides to go at it. But by the time he gets to Johto to follow the message, the team has already been defeated.
Oh,
At least that's how I read the flavor text of it. I could be sorely mistaken.
I feel like Giovanni didn't give a shit. Like, when you're in the Mafia and you're like a Mafia leader and then you fucking leave, it's like, usually you don't want to go back to that life. Usually you want to stay out of that life. Well, it's how like any sort of Mafia goes.
Most
like,
mafiosi who leave the Mafia are treated as persona non grata. With Team Rocket, the disbandment was not willing.
To be fair, Team Rocket is also more akin to Yakuza than Mafia.
Yeah, but Yakuza run under the same principles.
Yep.
Similar principles.
No, but I mean, they do treat ex-Yakuza as people that you do not want to have return to crime because they left for a reason.
Yep.
And usually it's
You're
pretty good.
Lucky if you can get out of the Yakuza.
No, usually it just
very
involves...
lucky if you can get out of there.
Well, I mean, usually it just involves chopping off a finger. Usually.
It's just video games.
No. No. There's stories and mythologies about people chopping their fingers off to get out of the Yakuza.
Yeah, and then they treat you like shit. And everybody kind of laughs at you. It's really weird.
I mean,
like normal citizens would be like, "Oh shit, you're fucking weak." It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I literally left this life because I didn't just want to be a part of it. And then there's like people that are scared of them. And then like as soon as they learn that you were a part of it and then you left, they're like, "Oh, you're a fucking loser." It's like, what the fuck?
That is pretty shitty. I agree.
And then they get robbed and then they cry.
Robbed by who?
By me.
You have citizenship in Japan?
No.
Yeah, he does.
It's hard. It's hard to get citizenship anywhere.
Oh yeah.
It takes a long fucking time.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It just takes a while.
Yeah, it's slow.
Also, G4, I love the fact that if you really think about it, you've been trying to steal this person's Pokemon for a very long time, and she has not just like gone up to you and fucking got really pissed or something.
The game doesn't have a if-then clause for that.
It doesn't, but it's still funny to me because you're literally just trying to catch their Pokemon. Then again, she's like a rival leader, right?
A rival leader?
Okay.
Like, is she like an enemy that you're fighting? Like a bad person, a bad guy?
Yeah, she's a boss.
Exactly. Why doesn't she just shoot you then while you're trying so hard to catch the Suicune? Easy fix. Also, you're like a shit. Holy hell. Like, you're using an Ultra Ball too. This feels like Pokeball luck.
That's pretty much what it is, yeah.
Doesn't Ultra Balls like increase the catch rate like ×4 though?
No. It's only like ×2.
For some reason I thought it was Great Ball ×2 and then Ultra Ball like ×4. It was just like multiplicative of itself. Then there's Beast Ball, which is like ×20 on beasts, but like 0.01 on everything else. Is that a reset? Yeah. It's fucking brutal, Jesus Christ.
Yep. That's the challenge of it.
It doesn't help that you're playing a game which always puts you under-leveled.
Always?
Yeah, I think the level scaling's pretty fucked in this game. Like, you have to grind a lot.
Yeah. It's like most of her team is a little bit higher. I think my Hitmon top and Ampharos are pretty low. And Umbreon.
Ooh, and that's your tanky Pokemon.
Yeah.
You are correct. Ultra Ball is ×2. Does that mean Great Ball is 1.5? I wouldn't know. Oh shit. I wouldn't know. I never used fucking other Pokeballs. I just love how the original Pokeball looks so much. Though there are a lot of like really nice looking Pokeballs. Like I like the Premier Ball. I like the Luxury Ball. Looks pretty nice. The Timer Ball looks pretty nice too. Master Ball looks good. It's like all I can think of offhand. For like Pokeballs that I actually like really like.
So is there a specific catch rate with snag balls, or is it just the...
Nah, it just uses the normal catch rates for whatever ball you end up using.
Okay. I always wondered about that. What, aside from it being a linear storyline, what drives the Pokemon XD games along?
Really just the story.
Okay. Because I mean,
there's no gyms or anything.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, because that might be why the level scaling's so screwed, is that they didn't really put much stock into what you'd need to progress through.
Can't even fight wild Pokemon is also a problem.
Yeah.
But thankfully there's repeatable trainers.
Oh, hey. Oh, Jesus, you scared me so much, Kev. I thought you were fucking JPAK for a second. Oh.
Someone JPAK? Oh, Jesus. Fuck, it did sound like it.
Yeah. That's why I went, oh, God. Because I was scared.
Yep. Hello, Kev.
Hey. Hello. Laura did the same thing, by the way, when she joined the call, because to be fair, I had something like playing in the background, right?
Yeah.
And she said like, hey, or something, and it sounded like fucking JPAK, and I like nearly fucking shat myself. And I told her that too. I was like, holy shit, oh god.
Yeah.
It fucking scared me. Is everyone like asleep or something?
I tired myself out over multiple Ascension classless World of Warcraft streams back to back to back on Twitch. So I'm doing this as kind of a breather. I expect to level up a bit more in Ascension so I can digest as much of the game as possible. Yeah.
I'm stretching. Hold on. You know, it'd be really random, but really awesome, and also very demoralizing at the same time.
What?
If trainers themselves could have potentially shiny Pokemon. Just like a random chance.
That'd be cool. I'd like that.
It would be cool, but at the same time, I feel like I'd be pissed, like, if they gave it the exact same, rate as, other Pokemon, or, like, other shinies, because then that'd be like, oh, well, you can't catch it, the enemy has it, sort of thing.
That's true.
Maybe, like, half it or something, for trainers. Or maybe, like, double it, so then it's, like, something really rare.
I think it would be worth it then, yeah. If it were like double the usual rate, it could be like, oh, I got this shiny trainer Pokemon or some shit, like, yeah.
Yeah, like, kind of like back in the day when people would say that, like, there'd be rumors of, oh, you can get Mew by go to the fucking truck, like that, except, like, you tell them, oh no, this Pokemon trainer can have, like, a shiny. Right. But it's, like, true.
So, yeah, right. It's just so rare that it just seems like one of those playground lies, but it's actually true.
Yeah, that'd actually be, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yep.
What'd you say, Kev?
Wally could get a shiny in Gen 3.
Yep,
he
that's
can.
true.
That is true. Though it doesn't stay shiny, which is hilarious.
That's just bad programming.
Well, it's not necessarily bad programming, it's just they programmed it to be a quote-unquote random encounter. Therefore, it just has the chance to be shiny. It's just like, I don't think they thought that anybody would be potentially that lucky or something. It's rare, like, it barely ever happens, and the only people that I ever hear it happen to are literally, like, Gen 3 runners.
Oh, so they play the
Because
game
they're
enough times
constantly
to trigger it.
Yeah, exactly, because they're going to be playing it more often than other people. They're going to be resetting multiple times a day, doing the intro, you know, all that sort of stuff. Casual person will only play Pokemon Emerald like 10 times in 5 years. Ooh, Scary Face. Was that Scary Face? Or was that the one that locks you out of
I was kind of hoping for there to be more.
Look.
I was kind of hoping for there to be more to XD because it feels like it's a band-aid game for the fact that Gen 2 and Gen 3 don't have a way for you to transfer Pokemon from Gen 2 to Gen 3.
That kind of is its purpose in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Stadium 3, unofficially.
Well, the problem with calling it Stadium 3 is that it doesn't quite play like a Stadium game in any capacity. Battle Revolution is more of a Stadium 3 than the XD games.
I just like to look at all the cool animations in 3D Pokemon. They are pretty.
Yeah.
Like, look at that Onix, dude. That Onix
honestly, it kind of makes me super bummed that Pokemon Sword and Shield didn't quite work like a 3D Pokemon game, because you literally have it on the Switch.
Do you not have, like, revives or anything?
I don't want to use items.
To be fair, isn't, like, the very last leg of trainers, like, hell? If you don't train?
Yeah.
Aren't they, like, mid-60s, too?
No.
Or am I thinking of post-game XD? I think I'm thinking of post-game XD. Hey, at least the Suicune's asleep. Higher catch rate when they're asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know how much higher it is, I just know it's higher. Always draw some balls at it while you can. Especially because its teammate's fucking stupid. Fucking idiot, that's what he is.
But yeah, they released the evolutions all in the lot when they reset the Pokemon TCG.
There's a set for all the evolutions?
Yeah.
I want to buy cards again. I just can't. It's not fucking fair. It's bullshit. I want to spend everyone's tax-paying dollars on Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Is that too much to ask for?
For me to do that with Magic, kind of is.
Magic cards are pricey. Well, then again, Pokemon cards are also very pricey compared to Yu-Gi-Oh cards, at least.
Yeah,
literally, like, a booster box is like double the money for Pokemon than it is for fucking Yu-Gi-Oh for some reason.
How many packs do you get in Yu-Gi-Oh?
In Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like, hold on, let me look at my. I can't hear you. Let me look at my booster box real quick. Somebody doesn't answer. 9 cards per pack, 24 packs per box.
How much does that cost you?
It's like $65.
For Pokemon, you get 36 packs and you get 10 cards per pack.
Ah. Okay. Okay. That's fair. That makes sense. And you get a holo behind every pack. It's awesome.
Well, it counts.
Or a reverse holo at least.
Yeah.
I'll take any sort of holo. Fucking holos are awesome. How did you paralyze this thing, by the way?
I used Ampharos last time, but they knocked it out.
Oh, okay. Are you in a position where if you wanted to like train, like if you were to reset, could you even train?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice because pretty much any point in the story, there's repeatable trainers that you can just grind against.
But could you leave, like, if you reset the game, could you leave right before this encounter and,
Yes.
and go back and grind if you really felt the obligation? Okay. This really is just brutal because you have to fight at least, like, what, 3 other Pokemon minimum, right?
Yeah, there's 4
Before Suicune or after, or including Suicune?
before.
Dude, that's fucking brutal. Jesus Christ.
As he's not been able to put up a new video. GSP telling the function about not using lineup.
Your microphone's kind of like doing. I don't know how to explain it. Like muffling your voice.
I am on a phone.
Do you use like the actual phone microphone, or do you use like earbuds or something?
Phone.
Just the phone. Do you have any earbuds with like a microphone on them?
Nope.
Aww. Yeah, because sometimes your voice gets like muffled out, so it's a little hard to understand what you're saying. It's like not your fault at all. It's just the fact that phones are stupid. But I think you said there was a DSP Snort Burrell video or whatever that came out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Snort Patel did a video saying DSP tells a function about not using lineup.
Al would love it. Also, holy shit, dude. That fucking thing disintegrated. What'd you say, Al? Go on.
Yeah. DSP's ranting about line app and saying he's never used it. I think it's to do with his WWE Champion Saga thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because he's like, I never used that, but it's like he used it to communicate with other people in his like guild or whatever you want to call it.
And he admitted that number is used.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the whole DSP WWE Champions thing is an absolute wild ride. Basically, he has sunk tens of thousands of dollars into this mobile game, and it's been proven beyond doubt, yet he continues to deny it, and it's amazing. But like, people found definitive proof that it's him. Like, his phone number is in that line app group, it's his name in the guild, and he just keeps denying it, even though it's clear he has sunk thousands upon thousands of dollars into it. It's insane. It's actually insane. And yeah, Snort Burnell just uploaded a video, which I might watch, about that topic. So, yeah.
So why would he deny it so vehemently, though?
Because it's DSP.
Because, yeah, well, to be fair, I can understand. I mean, he's sunk, because if he admitted it, then he'd have to admit that he had to declare bankruptcy on the basis of sinking so much money into WWE Champions. There's no way he's going to admit that. Like, he knows that like he would lose any shred of credibility that he has left with his money creatures. Like, they're not going to
money creatures.
Like, Yeah, that's what.
I'm sorry.
The people who donate to Darkside Phil, they're in the troll community are called the money creatures, because there's this clip of Phil where he's playing this game and he goes like, "Ooh, what is this? Ooh, it's a money creature. Oh, it just throws money around." And Snort Burnell always uses that clip. Like, you have to watch Snort Burnell to understand.
Okay. Well, this is new
hard,
terminology.
It's like Snort Burnell is this guy who he clips DSP streams, but what he does is, say it'll be like a DSP clip, like from a recent stream, and then he'll do a reaction clip with a past clip of DSP, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, so it's like someone will donate like $100 or something, like it's a super tip or super chat or whatever, and then Snort Burnell will play a clip of DSP going, "Oh, what is this? Oh, it's a money creature." Like, so it just
Noise.
Yeah.
DSP should just embrace it and make that his actual donation notification.
Well,
Like,
if
honestly.
not him embracing anything would not work anymore, because there's
He's done it. He literally embraced the fact that when people caught him jacking off on stream,
He didn't embrace it willingly. He just went, "Wow, this is awkward."
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
he
that's
did after a
very
little
true.
bit.
No, I don't think it was willing at all. I think he just thought, begrudgingly, I think he embraced it. He hates embracing any troll shit. He hates it.
Yeah, no, his aversion to it is the stuff of legends, let's say.
I almost feel like
He
it's like
he considers genuine, well-meaning stuff to be troll stuff, and people have essentially told he's severed friendships because of he severed his friendship with Josh or John.
Oh, that's me.
No, he severed his
that's not
friendship with John over it. Over troll stuff, basically. Or well-meaning criticism that he interpreted it as troll stuff because Darkside Phil doesn't really have a fan base. And that's the sort of thing, is that I don't think there ever was genuine fandom within DSP's community. I think it was just people wanting to gawk at somebody, and then they inflated his ego to enough of a degree where
I agree.
Where now nobody. I mean, maybe I'm no true Scotsmaning the whole thing, which it feels like.
I think you're right. No, I think a lot of his quote community is based on trolling. Like I think he does have. I think I'll put it like this: there are people who still watch DSP unironically, like when he does streams. Like he wouldn't be getting the donations that he is if he weren't.
No,
But
I mean,
Redemption is an example of someone who's like almost everyone who watches him is a troll now. Like, it's sad. Like, there's no one who watches him unironically.
And like the thing is too about DSP is like modern DSP has a lot, like it's like 95% trolls probably still, right? But like he was actually, if I'm not mistaken, he was actually known at being like a decently competent like fighting game player and shit. Like, way back in the day, like pre-streams and YouTube and stuff. He was known to be particularly rude and like an asshole still.
No, he was always bad.
He was known.
He was known to be bad. The one
amongst
tournament,
experts, yes.
No, the one tournament that he got 4th place in was because people shunned the game that he was playing. People actively wanted to partake. There was a guy who wanted to. Okay, there was a guy who wanted to partake in the. I don't know how to do the quote thing. Now here's a guy who wanted to join a tournament, so that way he could gatekeep a bunch of people who weren't going to be good at fight games, but work obligations kicked him in the nut.
He slowly turned into Morgan.
No.
No, I can kind of hear it, yeah.
Okay.
But either way, like, I do know that he had, like, people knew him. Like, there was a period where he was known as like an asshole and all this stuff, but like that's where he got that like King of Hate or whatever it was.
He got the King of Hate
right?
thing because he was a hostile person and had an argumentative disposition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
and
people
turned
like
it into like a narcissistic thing.
Yeah, but people like actually kind of like didn't really mind him that much. Like
no, people minded him. People minded him. There was this whole bit on Retsupre where people talked about how DSP was just not a good person ever.
But he did have like a genuine fan base. Like that's a fact. There's
like
always
he
been
was
trolls,
known
but
as
he had
this
a genuine
asshole.
fan base.
Yeah. Like at a point he was like known as this like asshole guy in the FGC, you know that.
Yeah, but the
had this
FGC
nickname and stuff,
that's
so.
not notable because the FGC has a lot of boorish people who would resemble DSP but not admit it.
Or maybe that's why people like DSP, because he embraced it and accepted it. This is when he was more self-aware, I feel like.
More self-aware than when? I don't think he was ever self-aware. That's kind of where half the problem...
Because he took the moniker and stuck with it, but nowadays, if you had a repeat of something like that, you'd get pissed about it. Like, very pissed about it.
That's like me I guess in a way that's kind of like me taking the moniker of basically Gentle Criminal from these shonen bros on a podcast and then twisting it into my own thing. I mean, I've done that as the thing of irony, but I don't think it's quite the same thing.
I think early day DSP kind of was along those lines, and then it was like a slow descent to people kind of realizing not only was he like a very shitty person, but like he was just making things out to be way worse than it actually was, sort of thing, and then it just kind of spiraled at that point. So, and then it just got worse and worse and worse, and now we're in 2020.
I honestly think
somehow he's still on the internet without people like crucifying him, despite the fact he's literally said racial slurs. Like it's just something he says on a day-by-day basis.
Yeah, I'm still of the belief that the reason DSP, Wings of Redemption, and other people got so big is because trolls goaded them into getting big, and then they can't abort because it's too late for them to abort because now each person is in some Wings is wealthy.
Wings
was lovable at first.
Yeah, Wings. No, he defo had a genuine fan base for the first few years of his career. There's no like. Of course, everyone has trolls, but Wings was genuinely loved. Yeah, like he had a genuine community of people who liked his videos because he was just this guy, southern dude, like playing COD and like telling stories. Like people actually genuinely really liked him. Like that's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and he was like the first of his kind to do that. Like that's
exactly
style. Like he was in like the first wave. And he grew popularity for being like really down to earth and just saying whatever.
Like I mentioned to the lads at my last job, I just said his name, and then one of them, oh yeah, I used to watch him on YouTube, and he's like, well, like I don't like he wouldn't be like a super active person on like on the web like we are, for example, but he knew Wings of Redemption and watched him back in the day. He was like, yeah, I remember him. We did Call of Duty. Like Wings had like a crossover appeal. He was genuinely liked. It's literally like you could see it was starting to bubble up before it, but that Syndicate match, that was really, I think, the big turning point. Like
that was when it all went down.
The inciting incident
started going downhill.
That's because he thought he could he thought he was at the top of the world, the best of the best, and then this new guy Syndicate who was doing real fucking good and stuff came along, asked him for a 1v1. He did it because he thought he could win, but Syndicate was like really fucking good at the time. So,
and the funny thing is that Wings would look at that and say, "Oh, it's because I lost that. My career went downhill." It's like, no, it's because you reacted like a fucking moron. Like if he had just laughed it off and said, "Well, yeah, I got told," then no worries, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But he freaked out, and then of course the whole thing with him trying to offer. Like the guy Elkie David, I was going to pay them to do a rematch, and then Wings was like, "Oh, if you throw it, I'll give you more of the money," or something like shit like that. And then of course he was on PKA, and I think he was still on PKA. He was still, he's trying to like maybe kind of rebuild things. He had the FPS boot camp with Kyle, all that kind of jazz. So I think he was starting to build it up again. But then he didn't go on that camping trip with PKA, and then that again, he got kicked off of PKA.